Well, hello model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. I'm Ral, and this week I'm going to feature this car right here. This is a 73 Dodge Charger Rally. For 73, there was a lot of changes that have been going on. It was the third generation of the Charger, but the automotive landscape was really changing. So every year it just seemed like things were disappearing or just constantly changing. So the option sheets definitely reflected that. But this was one that I enjoyed building, and it's interesting to research because, you know, in 73, big blocks were getting hard to find. The 71 Charger, you can get the Hemi and the 446 pack in it. 72, those motors pretty much disappear, except for there were a very few 446 packs done in 72. They say 6, which I was trying to research that too, but it was really like on the option sheet for weeks, and that was it. But for 73, things were vanishing fast. I mean, you look at a Challenger, and the big block was not even available in the Challenger anymore. They were strictly small blocks. But in the Charger, you can still get the big block, and you can still get the 440 in the 73 Charger, but some other options disappeared. 72, you can get a 440 with the 4-speed and a Dana 60 rear end, and that was the only way you can get a Dana 60 rear end in a 72 Charger was 440 4-speed only, and you only got 354 gears. You couldn't change the gears. But if you had a 440 automatic, it was 8 3/4. In 73, the 440 was only available with the automatic. You could not get a 4-speed behind it, but you still could get the 440. The 400 4-barrel was still available, which was new for 72, but 73, the 400 4-barrel was available, and the 400 2-barrel was available. The 340 was still available. It was its last year for the Charger, and I believe the Challenger as well, but only available in the Charger Rally. You couldn't get an SC with a 340. That was strictly the Rally option. The 360 was available. It was 2-barrel only, and a lot of things disappeared, like the Ram Charger hood. That was actually discontinued in the 72 production year, so you could get it early on in 72, but later you could not. The Ram Charger hood was discontinued. 73, they also did a few changes. They changed the quarter panels and the quarter window completely, giving a much more traditional look versus the 72's upswept window. And they say all new sheet metal, but I really don't see all new sheet metal. Quarters definitely, roof probably not. Fenders, I'm not really sure, but it said wider and longer as far as specs go. I don't think the car is actually wider. It's definitely longer. One of the things they did was they put these 5-mile-an-hour bumpers on it, but they also cheated as far as that goes, and the bumper was spaced out like another 1/2 or 3/4 of an inch. So the rear bumper is actually pushed out. So you see on the real cars, they have this gray rubber that's between the bumper and the body. And if it's still there, because they tend to fade, and some people would actually snug the bumper back up like the 72 and 71 cars. But 73 had unique taillights. But if you look at the 71 and 72 cars, depending on Rally or Super B or regular Charger or Charger 500, the taillights were different between some of those. But 73, you definitely got a completely different set of taillights here, which is what's going on here. There goes the hood. Also, for 73, another option that completely vanished, which was a Charger namesake for many years. All the original Chargers from 66 all the way to 70 had hideaway headlights. And 71 and 72, that became an option. So you could get hideaway headlights on those. For 73, it was no longer an option. You got this grille and these big bumpers. A lot of people would take these bumpers off, the extensions, so that you can clean the car up. And matter of fact, the later MPC Supercharger kit, the last release of this one, has bumpers without it, but the annuals have these bumpers. This one is an actual annual, so it has a 73 date-coated bumpers. And I'm going to do another one I've had planned for a long time. It's in my stash of the MPC Supercharger kit. And to kit bash it like this one, and to add, I have 74 annual bumpers that were re-chromed and with that. So that's another project in my stash. But the 72 that I'm currently back to building was started along with this one when I did the kit bash. So this one I knew I wanted to do. These decals are from Keith Marks. I wanted to do the Rally, which I didn't have the SC. The SC has a different window feature here and vinyl top and a completely different setup. There is a resin body to the SE. MCW resin does that body currently, and I know a few other people have, but I just wanted to do, I like the performance version, so I knew I was going to do a Rally. But all these decals are Keith Marks. The decals on the hood, that's all Keith Marks. It's a two-piece decal, so there's kind of a seam there that shows up in the clear. I didn't color sand or buff this clear out. I just put it on right there, and it's a little too shiny. The vents are here, which there's a lot of confusion on whether the vents should be little ones like this or all the way across or not. You know, it's really Charger specific. So there's not a whole lot of information there, just more of a controversy, or nobody really knows what was going on at the time. But when it came to this build, I ended up getting a rebuilder, and if I got photos of it, I will share them and post them on this. I'm pretty sure I do, but I'll look for them. But this annual kit had a wagon option where you can cut out this whole back section and glue on the wagon extension to make a wagon out of it, which is kind of cool. I kind of like it, but a lot of them were built that way, so finding one that was not cut out as far as the annual goes was kind of hard to do, but I did eventually find one, and that's what I restored here. But I wanted to change it up and detail it out, so this thing is kit bashed just like the 72 I'm working on with the AMT 71 Charger RT kit, which is similar body, similar scale, but it's all newer tool. So that's what is under this. You know, there's the original hood and the markings to cut out the for the spoiler, not the spoiler, the hood scoop. But I built this one as a 400 4-barrel automatic, which I thought was interesting since, you know, it was the second year for the 400, but the big block was still available in 73. So I built this one, and this is the whole engine compartment is right from the AMT kit, and the trick is getting that centered and lined up and glued in place. Once you have that, the chassis attached to it, and it lines everything up. Not quite difficult for kit bashing, but it makes for a wonderful model as far as detail go. All these AC lines that you see here, radiator hose, heater hoses, and this AC line, those are all from the kit. The AMT kit actually includes all of those, the AC compressor, everything. I did not add any extra detail. Even, you know, this heat riser tube that's right there that goes from the exhaust manifold up to the air cleaner, that's in the kit. I didn't add that. Just kind of some extra details that, you know, make it look nice. Now the full interior is all MPC. Well, it's 90% MPC. The seats, the tub, that's all MPC right from the kit. This mirror is from the AMT 71. But that steering wheel and steering column, that's from the AMT 71 Charger kit. The entire dash and everything else I used right from the MPC kit. It's kind of hard to get light in there. Lighting is kind of an issue. The more I add lights to brighten it up, the more the camera tries to compensate and darken it. But wheels and tires, these are the AMT tires from the kit. I just painted the white line on there using white gel pens, and then you see the decals and the petty blue paint, which is just tester's paint. I believe it's French blue that I used, and then the clear on top of it. And then the whole underside is all the AMT chassis, just kit bashed and slid in there, like I'm doing with that 72 Charger Rally that you've seen, and I'm doing in red and working on. So this gives you a precursor of what that's going to look like. But I did the fully over restored look with the exhaust, which 73, the trumpet exhaust, was not available. It's just strictly the turn downs, and then the 8 3/4 rear end and the automatic transmission. But all of that is right from the AMT kit. So it's a beautiful kit bash, and it goes together fairly well. It's a little finicky, a little tight, a little scary stretching the body to get that stuff in there. So I'm afraid it's going to break when you do all of that. But she comes out really, really nice. So my 72 Rally is well on its way to being completed and looking like this. So hopefully I'll get that done before the end of the year. You probably see it after the year rolls, but That's just the pace that I go and the modeling time that I do get to do this stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed a look into the 73 Charger Rally that I built here. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And I really do enjoy sharing these with you guys, and you know, reading your comments and everything that goes along with that. So I appreciate all the likes, the shares, and the views. And you guys, you have a wonderful Saturday, and I will see you next Saturday.